I do find it genuinely scary that we know this future that we're heading towards, the facts have been presented. It's not like we're living in the kind of ignorance that we were a few years ago. It's very clear what's going to happen if we don't do anything, and I find it a bit frightening that that still hasn't been enough of a trigger to make people do things now, and that is people as in individuals, but you know, corporations and governments, it's everyone. Starting point was right at the beginning of 2018. I was working in a corporate job, so in a really big office with lots of people, and at the same time, I think maybe at that point the first Blue Planet had come out, or some, you know, David Attenborough programs. There was a lot more in the news, and you know, people were talking about it. And there was a big discrepancy between this information that we had about how bad plastic was, but then no one seemed to really be doing anything about it in their everyday lives that I could see. The way that I started was I just switched out a few things in my own personal life. So I started with the bathroom, bamboo toothbrush, found a toothpaste in a glass jar, like mostly just through researching online and ordering things online. And so I started to do that for a couple of months, and then a friend actually told me about this zero waste shop. I'd obviously not heard of the concept before. There was one in South London and there was one in North London, so there were only two at this point. So this was back in 2018. And then at that point, so I went to visit those two stores that there were in London, and couldn't quite believe that there were only two, because London's obviously such a big city and we had such a big need for it. So then I just was inspired to open my own at that point, and that's how I kind of ended up here. We have a range of store cupboard essentials, household cleaning products. We've got hair care and personal care products. So we have a lot of refill products. So it's, you know, you can bring your own container and you pay by weight. And then on top of that, we also have a wide range of plastic-free and sustainable sort of bathroom and beauty products. So things like your reusable razors, your toothpaste tablets, things like that. It's just about thinking about those switches, and just don't kind of be overwhelmed with thinking you have to do it all at once. Just take a switch at a time, and then, you know, build your way up from there. In terms of how the store works, so it's all the product is merchandised kind of loose, so you can bring your own containers, and then you weigh those containers and just fill as much or as little as you like, so there's no kind of minimum or maximum weight, and then you just pay for the weight, so we obviously deduct the container weight. And then in terms of kind of the containers that you can bring, so you can literally bring anything in your house. You could bring an old takeaway tub, jam jars, you can bring old sandwich bags, literally anything goes. So people can just have a little rummage around at home and just see what they've got. But also we have options in store as well. So if someone was just passing by, or if you came and there were extra products that you hadn't kind of planned that you wanted, we have a container donation. So people drop off all types of different containers, essentially just things that would have gone in their recycling. And then those are completely free to take. So we've got a big box of those. And then we also sell cloth bags, we've got some jars and bottles for the different types of liquids. Grow the business in some way, whether that's another physical store or focusing on the online side of the business. We definitely want to to grow and just have more impact in more areas either of London or in the UK, because there are still lots of parts of the UK that are just unserved by shops like this. A lot of the comments that we get from our online audience who aren't London based or aren't kind of Hackney based are just, oh, I wish I had a store like this on my street. So, you know, if we can be part of that movement to get more availability to everyone in the UK, then you know, we'd like to be a part of that. Wherever it's possible to, we try and source as locally as possible. So some of the kind of, we're lucky to be based in Hackney where a lot of products are produced. There's lots of local producers. So our vegan cheese and our tofu is produced locally by a really lovely father and daughter duo. Our kombucha is made down the road. Our granola is made locally as well. And as well as that being great from a kind of supporting local producers perspective, it's lovely for us to build those relationships. So one of the nice things on top of the products being package free and ethically sourced is obviously being a physical store in a local community, is that we have been able to create that sense of community here. So we have a really nice relationship with our customers, particularly during some of the tough times that have been being had in the last couple of years. It's been good to have a place where people come and they can connect with other people. We get to speak to our customers directly, get feedback directly from them, and then we just feel like we're a part of the community, and people then feel like they're a part of the Restore community, and that's been a really kind of rewarding part of the store. So in terms of kind of advice for people who are just starting out on their zero waste journey, our ethos at Restore is very much about kind of starting small, and the most important point being starting somewhere, just getting started on that journey. I think it can be a bit daunting to think one day, oh, I have to overhaul my whole life and become zero waste in 24 hours, which would be impossible to do. I certainly didn't do that. I think it's just about taking those baby steps. So just have a look around, make probably your bathroom, that is where I started, and think about a couple of switches that you can make. Or just go down to your zero waste shop with a couple of containers and just see what products excite you the most. And then you can just build up from there, just gradually, as you finish something that is a packaged product, then the next time you need that, just go and refill that. People who maybe find it a bit difficult or think that they won't be able to keep it up is just to look into the different options that are available to you. So we kind of personally at Restore, we do have a delivery and a collection service, but outside of that, there are a couple of nationwide zero waste delivery services where everything comes to you, and then you can just send back the packaging, or it comes in paper bags, for example. I think we're now in a place where there are a lot of options, and we kind of do all have a responsibility to do something. So if you can find one that works for you and is convenient enough for you with your lifestyle, because obviously everyone has very different lifestyles, then it's just worth having a look and seeing what you can fit into your life. If you do have the ability to go to a local refill store, if there's one close to you, then you can make it part of your routine if you can, if that's possible. But like I said, yeah, if your lifestyle is too busy to fit in kind of physical store visits, then just have a look what's available online, because there is a lot more out there now. I am Megan, and this is my voice.